Salutations, baseball fans, and welcome into another edition of UNLV Hustlin' Rebel Baseball here on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page. My name's Drew Neverett. Thanks so much for joining me. It's a beautiful Friday night here in Las Vegas, the city of sin, where your Hustlin' Rebels get set to take on the Panthers of Milwaukee. It's a 3-game set, an unusual non-conference series this late in the year. It's May 1st, folks, turning the calendar page from April to May. Tonight, looking to get the Rebels off to a great start in their last month of regular season play is Parker Dilloff. Friday night starter Parker Dilloff has been spectacular, a huge storyline for this Hustlin' Rebel team all year long. Parker comes into this one a 3-3 record with a 7.47 ERA, 53 innings pitched, 69 strikeouts to 32 walks, those 69 Ks, tied for first place in the Mountain West. He'll face off against Gavin Tice for Milwaukee. Gavin Tice, excellent pitcher in his own right. Milwaukee Panthers out of the Horizon League. Gavin Tice on the 2025 first team All-Horizon League last year. Fast forward it to this season, 2026, Gavin Tice 2-2 with a 3.83 ERA. It's been very, very stellar in 51 2/3 innings of work. 41 strikeouts and 22 Ks to his ledger. Parker Dilloff getting his warm-up throws in. He is just about ready to go, as is the Hustlin' Rebel defense. Before we get to that, set the lineup for you for the Milwaukee Panthers. Sean Wegner, in his 3rd season as the head coach for the Panthers, trots out the following lineup for Friday night's series opener. Ross Grant, the first baseman, leads things off with Charlie Marion, the right fielder, behind him. Team leader in home runs, doubles, and stolen bases, Dylan O'Connell plays center field and occupies the 3rd spot, with Dominic Kibler, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Braden Horn in left field hits 5th, with Joey Spence the backstop. Behind him, hitting 6th at 7-8-9 is Christian Holmes at shortstop, Tate Schmidt at second base, and Connor Bozak playing 3rd base. Ross Grant stepping into the batter's box from the right side, the right-handed first baseman. Gets ready to start things off this weekend against Parker Dilloff. Dilloff throwing to Gavin Taylor, his battery mate. Just about set to get things going here in Las Vegas. The kick and the pitch from Dilloff. It's taken for a ball. First pitch, 6:06 p.m. local time. It's an absolutely gorgeous evening. Nary a cloud in the sky. 83 degrees with some mild wind, 10 miles per hour, kicking out from left field to right. 1-0 on the way to Grant. From Parker Dilloff, misses inside. Dilloff, a guy you can tell by his frame what he brings to the table. 6'4", 240-pounder. The senior from Lebanon, Ohio. An excellent football recruit in his own right, and a dangerous lefty so far in his 2026 season in the Mountain West Conference. Tumbles an off speed. It's 2-1. Dilloff, a guy, a true 6-pitch mix. So rare to see 6 different pitches mixed effectively, as this one's smacked over to 3rd base. It's Cooper Sheff, a couple of shuffles, throw a bit high, but Rodriguez makes the snag. And it's a ground out to 3rd base for Ross Grant to get us going in the top of the 1st. Brings up Charlie Marion, the right fielder. Very stereotypical 2-hitter at the collegiate level. He's a lefty. 6 homers, tied for 2nd on the Panthers club, 33 ribbies, also 2nd on the team. Dilloff will look to exploit this lefty-lefty matchup for certain. It's Marion, a definite threat. The first pitch he sees is scalded right up the middle, takes just 1 hop before getting to Reggie Bussey out in center field. And that's the first hit of the ball game here with 1 away. Set the Rebel defense for you in this one. Gavin Taylor, as mentioned, doing the catching duties. Corner infield occupied by Cooper Sheff in the hot corner, and J-Rod, Johnny Rodriguez, with that sweet glove over at first base. Up the middle, Drew Berrigan at short, his double play partner at second, Marcos Rosales. And your outfield from left to right, Jack Salmon, Reggie Bussey in center, and Nin Burns the second out and right. First pitch changeup misses high from Dilloff to Dylan O'Connell. Pretty important to highlight the defensive acumen of Gavin Taylor behind the dish. This Milwaukee team 92 stolen bases as a team coming into this one. And very much thanks to this guy, Dylan O'Connell, 33 stolen bases in just 35 attempts. Just 35, I say, tongue-in-cheek. He is 7th in the country in Division I baseball with 33 stolen bases. 2-0 kicking a pitch just off the outside part of the plate is the fastball, and it's 3-0 quickly to the Panthers center fielder. Dilloff uses that fastball, sits pretty comfortably in the low 90s, 91 to 93. He's thrown as much as 97 this year on the velocity of this fastball. Finding the zone at 92 for strike one. Marion leads off first. Dilloff, a exaggerated pickoff throw over to first, just keeping tabs on Charlie Marion. Certainly a series where it's expected for the Panthers to small ball their way to victory, small ball their way to some runs. A check swing offering, yes, he did go. Says home plate ump Alberto Ruiz. He's our crew chief tonight. Behind the dishes, on the dish, calling balls and strikes. Over at first, Frank Flugrot, Jim Courtney in between second base and the pitcher's mound, and Tyler Wall down the third base line. Runner takes off, swung on and missed. Strike him out. They do not get the throw him out. It's a successful stolen base from Charlie Marion, but rack up K number 1 for Parker Dilloff on the swing and miss from Dylan O'Connell. Brought to you by Belfour Property Restoration, and that's strikeout number 70 on the year for Parker Dilloff. Now the solo leader in the clubhouse in terms of Mountain West strikeouts. It's a big out number 2 as well. Brings up Dominic Kibler, the designated hitter. Kibler, a .319 hitter coming into this game. First pitch off speed. Lazy fly ball out to left. It's Jack Salmon giving chase over towards the line. Drifts all the way over, but he'll make the catch, and that's out number 3. Parker Dilloff stifles the Panthers in inning number 1. No runs, a hit, no errors. And that runner left on second base. Heading into the home half of the first inning. Scoreless here in Las Vegas. Just about set to get going in the bottom of inning number 1. It's Gavin Tice doing the starting pitching for Milwaukee. He's not penciled in, he's penned in as the Friday night starter. An excellent season so far for Gavin Tice. A .383 ERA. Not just in Horizon League play, but against a stacked non-conference slate as well. That's required of you when you play in the Horizon League. Just 5 teams this year in the Horizon League. Milwaukee, a 10-8 record puts them second place out of those 5. Tice has been a big reason why they have those 10 conference wins. He'll start his night off against Reggie Bussey, guy who's used to hitting leadoff for Stan Stolte's Hustlin' Rebels. He takes the first pitch high. It's a fastball for ball one. Lineup for Stan Stolte in his 11th season at the helm of the Scarlet and Gray. Marcos Rosales, the second baseman, hitting second with Drew Berrigan, the shortstop, in the 3-hole. As Bussey fouls this one off into the seats. Cleanup man is Aiden Garcia, the designated hitter tonight. A lot of times the catcher, but Gavin Taylor has the catching duties tonight. Behind Garcia and out in right field is Nin Burns, the second, with J-Rod, Johnny Rodriguez, playing first base and hitting sixth. 7, 8, and 9 in the Hustlin' Rebel order. Cooper Sheff over at third, Jack Salmon in left. Rounded out by the backstop, Gavin Taylor. 2-1 pitch out of the windup from Gavin Tice to Reggie Bussey. Drifts just a bit inside on that fastball. It's 3-1. Tice leaning heavily on that fastball early on here to Bussey. Bussey, a .283 hitter. 8 extra base hits on the year. Takes that fastball on the outside half, and the count runs full to the leadoff man. Infield standard depth, Reggie Bussey chokes up a touch on the bat. Here's the payoff pitch. Just off the outside part of the plate, and Reggie Bussey does his job to a T. Runs the pitch count up a little bit, being the first batter that Gavin Tice faces, and he does so while getting on base. Bussey, a speed threat as well. 4 stolen bases, good for second on the club this year. Brings up Marcos Rosales, the second baseman. You've tuned into our broadcasts or any Hustlin' Rebel game this year, you know the threat that Rosales possesses at the plate. Team leader in homers, tied with the man in the on-deck circle, Drew Berrigan. First pitch inside. Called for strike one for Rosales. Marcos, a .335 average, a .1064 on-base percentage. Really remarkable. One of now just 2 Hustlin' Rebel bats with the OPS in 4 digits. That's over 1,000. Off-speed pitches. A miss, and it's 1-1. Seeing Tice pitch out of the stretch now for the first time. Quick delivery. Rosales scalds it out to right center field. Giving chase is Dylan O'Connell. He'll make the catch a few steps in front of the track, and Bussey tagging up from first to second, and he'll be in safely without a slide. Talking about the wheels of Bussey. A lot of times you think, hey, he's going to steal second straight here, but Rosales put enough of a charge in that one to give Bussey some time to take off, put the head down, and grind for that extra base. Now with just 1 out, Bussey's in scoring position, and it brings up the leading RBI man for the Scarlet and Gray, Drew Berrigan. His average is dipped, but that feels like a crime to say. It's .395 on the year. He offers the first pitch and fouls it off. Berrigan, 45 runs batted in. Team leader in triples with 6, 13 doubles. Just remarkable numbers from Drew Berrigan up and down the ledger. Throws a looping curveball, does Tice. It's in the dirt. Count even, 1-1. An extreme disparity between the fastball and the off-speed for Tice. At least in the early going here, his fastball got up to 88. And to Rosales, he threw a curveball that clocked on the big screen here at 69 miles per hour. Tice turns over, Bussey retreats to second. And a lazy toss to check on Reggie. Berrigan, a guy who, I think describing him as clutch would be an understatement. He's a .519 batter with runners in scoring position this season. Just an absolute threat with runners on. Fouls off this 1-1 delivery. 1-2. For Gavin Tice, this is not his first time pitching at Earl E. Wilson Stadium, if you can believe it. Only 4 meetings in the history of this matchup. All 4 taking place last year, Rebels winning all of them. This one's grounded over to the left side. Backhand snare, the throw's a bit high, but First baseman Grant Ross stays on the bag. Great corral there, and an even better play by Christian Holmes, the shortstop, on the backhand. So scored a 6-3 ground out for Berrigan, and Bussey unfortunately had to hold up at second base. Now with 2 gone, brings up the DH, Aiden Garcia. Garcia, highly touted for his plate discipline, has an excellent approach from the left side as well. First pitch, fastball down Broadway for strike 1. Garcia's .953 OPS. Nothing to scoff at. Extremely adept at getting on base. There's the curveball, and it clips the outside part of the plate. That is as 12-6 of a curveball as you'll see in collegiate baseball. 2 takes, 2 very different pitches called for strikes from Tice to Garcia. Massive infield shift on the lefty as well. Big cut and a miss on the curveball. A 3-pitch strikeout of Aiden Garcia. So Tice will leave that runner on second base. No runs, no hits, no errors. And a man left. It's Bussey on second base through a quick full inning here in Las Vegas. Still scoreless. Back underway from Paradise, Nevada. It's the top of the second inning. Milwaukee steps up to the plate. It's Braden Horn, the left fielder. Parker Dilloff misses outside with the fastball in his first pitch to Braden Horn. Dilloff was extremely efficient, just 12 pitches through 4 batters in the first inning. That's always something we talk about here with the UNLV pitching staff, is being effective and efficient in mixing your pitches, but also retiring the leadoff man, such an important task, and it's been an elusive task for most UNLV arms this season. You look at a lefty like Parker Dilloff, who's been stellar in a lot of statistical categories this year, but he's got a .429 batting average against to the leadoff man. Struggling to find the zone a bit against Braden Horn. Dilloff's behind 3 balls, no strikes. Braden Horn, a .336 hitter this year. As Dilloff finds the zone there on the outside half. Stays alive in the count, 3-1. Horn with the hands low. Awaits the 3-1. Dilloff's fastball nowhere close, and it's a leadoff walk for Braden Horn. Brings up the catcher, Joey Spence.
The catcher, number 13, Joey Spence.
Wearing number 13 and batting from the left side. An unorthodox looking catcher, to say the least. Spence, 5 stolen bases. He's part of this speed train that you could describe the Milwaukee Panthers roster. 92 stolen bases now, 93 with that first inning swiped bag from Charlie Marion. First pitch from Dilloff is that slider. It's in the zone for strike one. Spence, 2 homers, 16 runs batted in this year. 628 OPS. Gets just a piece of this one. It's the inside fastball. Almost early was Spence. Definitely sitting on that fastball in the 0-1 count. Now 2 strikes to the Panther catcher. Braden Horn, 5 stolen bases on 6 attempts this season. A modest lead over at first. Always tougher to swipe the bag on the lefty. There's a hard biting sweeper from Parker Dilloff. Just misses a touch outside the zone to the left-handed Spence. Infield normal depth. Rosales at second, maybe shaded a bit towards the right side of the infield. This one hit right at Rosales. The backhand flip to Berrigan. Throw over to first is in time. That is a tailor-made textbook 4-6-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Parker Dilloff.
The shortstop, number 29, Christian Holmes.
After an extremely clutch defensive play, tailor-made double play brings up Christian Holmes, the shortstop. Holmes, the only Milwaukee Panther with multiple triples on the year. He's got 2. 2 homers as well as 6 doubles. He takes this one just a bit low, but gets the call from Alberto Ruiz, 0-1. Smack down the third baseline. That one's foul as it takes a carom off the wall, rolls all the way into fair territory over at the warning track. And Jack Salmon out there says, I got you. Can't quite see it on our stream here, but Salmon making a hustle play over there to save the legs of one of the Milwaukee relief pitchers tasked with retrieving that foul ball. Counts 0-2 to the big righty Christian Holmes. And got him looking. Curveball in the outside corner. Parker Dilloff gets the call, and what an executed curve to the right-hander. Dilloff's going to face the minimum in the top of the second thanks to that clutch 4-6-3 double play. Ends the inning with a K. Halfway home in the second inning from Earl E. Wilson. We remain scoreless, 0-0. Bottom of the second, about to get underway, and Nin Burns the second will lead things off for UNLV. Nin, 40 RBIs this season. He is your textbook 5-hitter. He's a big right-hander, a free swinger to say the least. 40 runs batted in this year as he takes yet another looping curveball from Gavin Tice for strike one. Burns, an extra base hit extraordinaire. 5 homers, 13 doubles, 3 triples as well. A guy with sneaky speed, but he's certainly a player you look at and you just think, this guy's an athlete. This guy could have played basketball. This guy could have played football. Thankfully for the Hustlin' Rebels, he chose baseball. This one's lofted foul. Count goes 1-2 to Burns. Milwaukee starter Gavin Tice, he's on a heck of a streak and having an incredible year too. This is his 10th start in 8 out of his previous 9 starts. He's gone 5 or more innings, so a model of consistency, at least in terms of pitch count and innings pitched. And what's even more impressive, he's on a 4-start quality start streak, starting April 3rd against Youngstown State, all the way through his last start just a week ago. 4 straight quality starts. Burns, 2-hopper over to the shortstop. Holmes to Ross, and Burns is retired. 2 ground outs to Christian Holmes in the last 3 batters for UNLV. Now it's the big lefty, Johnny Rodriguez.
Number 24, Johnny Rodriguez.
J-Rod's been such a big piece of the both offensive and defensive puzzle for UNLV since transferring over from Golden West Community College, which he put up some gaudy numbers a year ago. Takes a fastball outside. That's 90 from Tice. That's the first time we've seen him get up into the 90s on the pitch velocity. Johnny Rodriguez, a looping fly ball home run this weekend in Reno. UNLV only able to take 1 out of 3 in that series up north. A couple of great offensive performances from Johnny Rodriguez. He's ahead 2-0 and gets a lot of this one. It's in shallow left center field. Left fielder Braden Horn trotting all the way in. He'll make the grab about at the waist level. And that's 2 quick outs for Gavin Tice. Brings up Cooper Sheff, today's 3rd baseman. Sheff really improved on the offensive side of things this year. Bit of a rocky start. He's been on and off, but the consistency has been so key for Cooper Sheff, regardless of where he's playing. He's played a lot of third base the second half of the year, was really the primary shortstop option for a large majority of the year. Bit of defensive struggle. Sometimes he was DHing and then shifted over to the hot corner where he's been elite over there. He's got a great arm, obviously. It's why he's on the left side of the infield. Here's the 1-0 from Tice. It's a fastball taken. Counts 1-1. Sheff, a .307 hitter. He's got 8 long flies this year. Certainly worked on that power stroke and the trajectory. He's not a guy who dips the hands so much, but he really has been able to improve the swing path in terms of hitting that line drive type of swing. And when he gets a hold of one, and it can really, really carry on that upward trajectory. 2-1 pitch called for strike 2 on the outside corner. Sheff digs back in. He's a .321 hitter this year with 2 outs. With a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Chopper over to second base. A couple slide steps from Tate Schmidt. The throw almost errant, but Grant Ross makes the play. Very brief 1, 2, 3 inning for Gavin Tice. He continues to showcase why he's the Milwaukee Friday night starter. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Scarlet and Gray in the bottom half of the second. We'll be right back here from Las Vegas, still scoreless. UNLV Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page, brought to you by your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers. With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and powerful engines, Chevy Silverado, Colorado, and Tahoe have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealer today. It's the top of the third, and it'll be 8-9 and 1 from Milwaukee. Tate Schmidt, the second baseman, leading things off. The first pitch he sees, chops it foul right off the tip of the bat. Ends up just in the right-handed batter's box for a foul ball. Schmidt, one of 4 lefties in this Milwaukee lineup, and head coach Sean Wegner does a great job of looking for that alternating handedness in the lineup. Got lefties in the 2, 4, 6, and 8 holes, trying to alternate against the lefty. Parker Dilloff thrown just 26 pitches now and gets called strike 3. Dials up the fastball all the way at 94 and just touches the inside corner. Catches Tate Schmidt looking. 3 strikeouts for Parker Dilloff.
Third baseman, number 7, Connor Bozak.
We've seen the fastball from Dilloff be so effective, obviously, in spurts this year, but when he can locate it like that, eliminate any type of threat from any left-handed batter, just putting it in on the hands like that, it's a thing of beauty. Brings up Connor Bozak, third baseman, takes a ball just off the plate. Bozak playing in just his 7th game this year, starting just his 3rd. Gets that one over to the left side, gets by Cooper Sheff at third, it's down the line. Big round of first base for Bozak, but he thinks better of trying to stretch and picks up a base hit with just 1 out.
Now batting for Milwaukee.
Just the 4th hit of the year for Connor Bozak, 2nd of the day for Milwaukee. That'll wrap the lineup back around to Ross Grant. Grant rolled over to Cooper Sheff in his first AB, so you know Dilloff looking to induce that ground ball. Saw it already in a massive way in the 2nd inning. Stymied the leadoff runner with that double play. It's 0-1 on the great changeup from Dilloff, called for a strike. Bozak, one of just a few Milwaukee Panthers to not attempt a stolen base hit this year, and this one's in the dirt. Bozak does take off, and he'll start heading to third. He'll be into third standing up. A great reaction time on that wild pitch from Parker Dilloff. Straight advancement there on the wild pitch from first to second for Bozak, and then gets to third base on the throwing error from catcher Gavin Taylor. It's definitely a part of the game plan. I'm sure coached heavily coming into this one on the Milwaukee side of things is we got to take advantage of our base runners. Doing so that time with the, one of the lone men, the only man in the lineup with 0 stolen bases, 0 attempted stolen bases, and he's taking advantage of a couple of defensive mishaps. Dilloff now in a 1-2 count, looking to pick up a big 2nd out. Don't want this ball in play if you're UNLV. Here's the 1-2. Very low again. That's the fastball, might have slipped a bit from Dilloff. Count runs even at 2-2. Dilloff leans heavily on that fastball, like we've mentioned, but throws a sweeper, more of a straight up and down curveball, as well as the changeup, and then one of the most important pitches for a lot of starters and bullpen arms for UNLV, the cut fastball. Here's the 2-2. Early on it is Grant, who fouls it off to the left side. Yet again, another Milwaukee Panther tasked with hustling down the line to retrieve that foul ball. That's Sotaro Ishida. Ishida from Okayama, Japan. This is a roster in which 23 of the 34 members hail from Wisconsin, a lot of local products, but Utaro from Japan. This changeup misses in the dirt once again from Dilloff, and the 1-2 count has now run full to the first baseman, Ross Grant. First base is open, but you don't want to lose a man if you're Dilloff. And an important payoff pitch out of the stretch. Swung on, pop fly, and that careens foul. Grant showcasing why he's in the leadoff spot, extending an at-bat. At the very least, trying to drive up the pitch count of the starter, Parker Dilloff, but obviously trying to put bat on ball in fair territory, get it past the pitcher's mound to score Bozak from third. Another payoff pitch, misses way high. Runner comes home, the toss, not in time. Bozak's going to score on another wild pitch from Parker Dilloff as Ross Grant trots up to first via the base on balls. One of those moments where you might feel the pressure internally. Dilloff overextends and throws it nowhere near the catcher, kind of crosses up the location with Gavin Taylor. No shot for Taylor to corral that one. So the wild pitch scores Bozak, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee. Mentioned the small ball nature of the Panthers team and utilizing the extra advancements. Bozak just not the strongest single either. It was a skipper that just got past the outstretched glove of Cooper Sheff down the third baseline. Advanced on a wild pitch, went to third on an error, and scored on a wild pitch. So very avoidable if you're UNLV, but very advantageous base running for Connor Bozak from Milwaukee. 0-1, still after a check throw on Ross Grant at first. Marion cuts and misses, 0-2. Grant certainly a threat to take off. 12 steals on 14 attempts this year. He's got a huge primary lead. Showing off some gall, and he'll take off. Check swing did not go. The throw from the knees of Taylor, not in time. They appeal over to third. Tyler Wall says, no, he did not go. So the at-bat continues, and Ross Grant has stolen his 13th successful bag this season. 2 stolen bases in less than 3 innings already for Milwaukee. Swung on and missed. Changes up on the outside part of the plate. Excellent pitch from Parker Dilloff. Gets the swing and miss from the lefty Marion. It's the 4th K for Dilloff tonight. And a big out number 2 in the top of the third. Grant still in scoring position, and it's Dylan O'Connell looking for some revenge on Dilloff. He struck out swinging for the second out in inning number 1. Long pause before Dilloff steps off the mound. Takes a deep breath, gathers his thoughts, and can tell he's thinking a bit about that runner over at second. Big bat waggle from Dylan O'Connell. Another dirt ball from Dilloff, missing. It's 1-0. Middle infield tight to the bag at second. They're certainly holding Ross Grant on. Small primary lead. Very large secondary lead as Dilloff peppers the fastball for a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Dylan O'Connell, crafty center fielder, swung on and missed. Again, it's the fastball from Dilloff. So far, nearly all of his success has come on that fastball. Just one off-speed strikeout from Parker thus far. Dylan O'Connell, 21 extra base hits this season. Just needs a single to extend the Panther lead. Swings and misses underneath the off-speed. Beautifully done by Parker Dilloff. Strikes out O'Connell for the second time. Strikes out a Panther for the 5th time. 1 run will score on the 1 hit. No errors, and 1 error, pardon me, and a runner left on. Milwaukee does get on the board first here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. They lead UNLV 1-0 halfway through inning number 3. It's 1-0 Milwaukee here in Las Vegas. Bottom of the 3rd will be started off by Jack Salmon, the left fielder. Steps in from the left side and takes ball 1 outside. The 30th pitch from Gavin Tice. He's been efficient and he's been working quickly as well, as he's already delivered that second pitch. It's in for a strike. Fastball on the outside half. Jack Salmon up for the first time today. A .358 hitter, not too often you see that from an 8-hole hitter. Weird, wonky hop towards the shortstop. Christian Holmes is able to gather it, but no type of play to be made. That's an infield single from Jack Salmon. He hit it away from Holmes there, and Holmes kind of had to backtrack over to the right, got caught in no man's land with the glove. Ended up backhanding it around his hip side. Knocked it down, but Salmon's got some speed and was able to leg out an easy lead-off single. Big-time lead-off runner is Jack Salmon, and that single gets his on-base percentage over 500 on the year. Talked about a .358 average in the 8-hole. Talk about a guy who gets on base every other plate appearance. Jack Salmon. It's a luxury to have in left field. Brings up Gavin Taylor. Takes the first pitch for a strike from Tice, who's now working out of the stretch. Pitch misses outside. Joey Spence wanted an appeal, asked again, and it was granted this time by Alberto Ruiz, the home plate ump. Taylor did not swing. Moves the count 1-1. So difficult to swipe a bag off of a pitcher who uses that slide step so effectively. Tice does it again, and umpire signaling 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. 2-1 on the way to the catcher, Gavin Taylor. Swings and absolutely hammers it out to left field. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone! Gavin Taylor. He airmails this thing way out beyond the Bruce Lane scoreboard and left. His 6th homer of the year, and it gives the Rebels a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. That ball had some serious loft. You look at that swing plane and the shoulders of Taylor, the right shoulder just dips, and he absolutely skied it out to left. That ball got out of here quickly. It's 2-1, and big time blast from the 9-hole hitting Gavin Taylor. Brings up Reggie Bussey, the center fielder, now with the bases clear and no outs. Chance for Gavin Tice to reset things. This 1-0, Bussey thinks about it. Doesn't offer, and it's called for strike one. Bussey a walk to lead off the first inning. He would end up stranded at second base. This one fouled off, and quickly it's 1-2. It's quite common to see from a pitcher who typically works quickly like Tice, but especially after giving up the long ball, you just want to get back in your groove, back in your motion. This curveball misses outside. Runs the count even 2-2 to Bussey. Bussey with the hands tight to the shoulder, awaits the 2-2. Rolls over on this one, but skirts just foul. Staying alive is Bussey. For Gavin Taylor, the thought was to keep him in the lineup. You know, he's hitting in the 9 spot, but able to generate some power is Bussey. Routine ground ball to Tate Schmidt, but it eats him up. Certainly eats him up, and that'll be scored an error on Tate Schmidt. Bussey will take the opportunity to be on base, though, still with nobody gone. A lot of times you see maybe a funky hop there. It's one that they typically teach you to at least take one charge step into to avoid any type of last-second deviation from a standard ground ball. Schmidt just kind of let that one come to him. It took a tiny short hop, really ate him up. So after the error, it's Marcos Rosales taking a fastball for strike one. Rosales 0 for 1. He flied out to Dylan O'Connell, the speedy center fielder. Big cut and a miss on the high fastball, 0-2 to Marcos. Rosales, a .370 hitter with runners on base. Bussey, a huge lead, especially in the secondary. Bussey's been looking for some opportunities to run. Hasn't been on first as much as he typically would like to see, or as much as you typically do see the leadoff man in the Mountain West Conference. He was on first to start this home half of the first off, and still nobody out here in the third, and he reached first again. Big looping curveball, doesn't quite snap off in the top of the zone for Tice. 2 straight balls thrown to Rosales. Rosales, a massive impact on this team since transferring from Cal State Fullerton. A swing and a miss as Bussey takes off. The throw a bit high from the catcher, Joey Spence. So it is a swinging strikeout for Marcos Rosales, but Reggie Bussey does take advantage. A bit of an errant throw. He'll pick up his 5th stolen base of the year. Moves him into a 3-way tie now with a stolen base lead for UNLV. Now Reggie Bussey walking back to the dugout with his helmet off. They said he's out. Interesting that they did call him out there. We saw safe on the field, and nonetheless, it's 2 gone now. Brings up Drew Berrigan. Takes a ball and a strike. Count even 1-1, but shock to a few of us here in the press box. Looked down for a second, and Bussey was retreating to the dugout, so he's caught stealing. Two gone for Berrigan. This one chopped the other way into shallow right field on a line. Charlie Marion comes in and he'll make the grab. So that does it for the home half of inning number 3, but the Rebels back on top. 2-run blast from Gavin Taylor. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error, and nobody left through 3 full innings here in Las Vegas. UNLV up top, 2-1. Set to get underway in the top of inning number 4. It's UNLV 2, Milwaukee 1. Parker Dilloff, the Rebel starter, out for his 4th full inning of work. It's been a very solid outing outside of a couple of minor bumps in the 3rd inning for Dilloff. So throws a ball on the first pitch to Dominic Kibler, the DH. Got some clarity, too, on that Reggie Bussey play at second base. It was ruled batter's interference on Marcos Rosales. The umpiring crew felt that Rosales was in the way of Joey Spence making that throw down to second, and it was a very valiant effort by Reggie Bussey. He would have stolen the base. A great jump, too, but to no avail this time. It's 2-0 now to Kibler. Takes this one just a stitch low. Quickly 3-0 to the leadoff man. Not position you want to be in, especially against the cleanup hitter. Kibler, 41 runs batted in this year. He'll do his job leading off the 4th inning, walking on 4 pitches. Kibler amped up too, a bit of a bat toss and some claps to encourage his teammates. They feel they can really move once they get on base, and especially the earlier in an inning they do so. It's Braden Horn, the left fielder. Watches that fastball down Main Street from Parker Dilloff for strike 1. Horn, a similar fate to Dominic Kibler in his only plate appearance so far, a leadoff walk. But he was then doubled up. This one tapped just foul, 0-2 quickly. If you're Dilloff, it's just a 1-run lead. It's exactly what you're looking for again, is that routine ground ball. Horn with a 901 OPS. He's had a stellar season in his own right. Dilloff checks the runner over at first, nothing going. As Kibler dives back in. Braden Horn, the sophomore, one of many Wisconsinites on this team, to Muskego High School. Tumbling off speed pitch called strike 3. Beautiful curveball from Dilloff. It's yet another backwards K. Make it 6 strikeouts for Parker. 3 in the looking variety, and the first one for Braden Horn thus far tonight. And you have that fastball working so well inside and outside, especially against the opposite-handedness. Diloff, the lefty, to the right-handed batting Horn. It opens up anything. So if you're Horn, you're thinking, well, 0-2. Am I looking for a waste pitch? Is he going to come back with that fastball on a corner? Goes a big old 12-6 curve right at the letters. First pitch in the dirt to the catcher, Joey Spence. 0 for 1 as he hit into that aforementioned double play in inning number 2. 53 pitches for Diloff now. I think coming into this one, with a starter with the acumen of Parker Diloff, how he's extended into games, you'd almost expect 6 innings plus out of your Friday night starter. It's 2-0 now to Spence. The catcher batting from the left-hand side. Offers at this fastball. Decides a little bit late to go for it. Fouls it off. 2-1 now. Dominic Kibler over at first base. He's 8 for 11 on stolen base attempts this year, so a lot of times you see DH and you just think this guy's in the lineup to mash. He's the cleanup hitter, but possesses some sneaky speed as well, as this one is airmailed out to shallow left field. Jack Salmon coming in. He's battling the sun as it's setting here, but will come down with that one. Squeezes the leather for out number 2. So after the leadoff walk, a strikeout and a lazy fly ball. Parker Diloff looking for more of the same against the big shortstop, Christian Holmes. Holmes listed at 6'3". The third tallest guy on the roster for Milwaukee, the native of Crete, Illinois. Another pickoff attempt from Parker Diloff sends Kibler diving back head first. It's 2 straight batters of throwing over to first to check on the runner before offering to the plate. Yet again, a toss from Diloff. No thought of taking off from Dominic Kibler. This matchup obviously not a Mountain West Conference matchup, but big for UNLV nonetheless to rack up 2, hopefully 3 wins this weekend against an opponent from the Horizon League. And it's coming down to the wire in terms of the seeding for the Mountain West Conference tournament. UNLV would be the first team outside looking in right now, 7th place in the conference as it stands. Diloff's changeup called for strike 1, count even to Christian Holmes. For UNLV, just 6 conference games remaining. They're 7-11 right now, but Diloff, the pickoff move. He's safe at second base. Kibler was waiting and waiting, a calculated pickoff attempt. Diloff offered over to first, but just the straight speed of Dominic Kibler allows him to get to second base. Rodriguez did all he could at first, corralled it as quickly as possible, threw over to Drew Berrigan, who had to sprint in, and now the runner retreats back to second after a look from Diloff. He turned his attention to the plate, delivered a nice soft speed for a swing and miss, strike 2. It's what a team like Milwaukee can do. You can call them pesky on the base pass. That's certainly what Kibler's been so far. A half offering, they appealed down to first. No, says Frank Flugrat. It's ball 2 to Holmes. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Kibler on second base. Diloff hoping to keep him there. Out of the stretch, here's the pitch. Just misses outside, goes back to that sweeper. The off-speed pitch that served him so well so far tonight. Count's full. First base is open. You don't have to serve anything up to the big righty Holmes. Looks back at second, delivers, swung on and missed. Corkscrews him with the slider. Parker Diloff, strikeout number 7 to end the 4th inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and Dominic Kibler stranded at second base halfway through 4 innings here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. UNLV on top of Milwaukee, 2-1. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page, brought to you by Pueblo Medical Imaging. The friendly staff at Pueblo are eager to take care of all your radiology needs and offer same-day, next-day availability. With top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art equipment, they're open 7 days a week with early morning and evening appointments to accommodate all patient schedules. And by West Coast Trial Lawyers. They're the #1 rated personal injury firm and are proud supporters of UNLV Athletics. Get the most with West Coast. Aiden Garcia, Nin Burns the second, and Johnny Rodriguez the 4, 5, and 6. And Stan Stolte's lineup set to lead things off. Bottom of the 4th inning, it's 2-1. Parker Dilloff has been exceptional as we've expected. Picked up his 7th strikeout of the contest to end the top of the 4th. Rebel defense looking to get him some more run support. Aiden Garcia swings and misses. He's behind 0-1. Garcia, one of 2 strikeout victims of Gavin Tice, the starter for Milwaukee. Tice just threw his 50th pitch. Both starters not messing around, not wasting pitches, really attacking batters. That's what you're used to seeing on a Friday night for sure, but it's been a relatively quick one as it's already the bottom of the 4th inning here. 0-2 the count to Aiden Garcia. Here's Tice spinning up a beautiful fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night on the strikeout. 3 pitches. It's Garcia. Now 0 for 2. It's a big right fielder, Nin Burns, stepping into the box. 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop so far tonight. Talk about the tight race that is the Mountain West baseball standings. Nin Burns fouls off this first offering. We'll update you on some scores around the conference. UNLV Milwaukee, the only non-conference game taking place so far. The other 8 Mountain West foes squaring off with each other. New Mexico up top at home on Air Force, 8-7 in the 6th inning. San Diego State hosting Nevada at Tony Gwynn Stadium. It's 2-0 Aztecs in the 4th. It's the bottom of the 3rd, and Pullman, Washington. Washington State leads Fresno 4-1, and San Jose State, they're at home against Grand Canyon. They're up 3-0 in the 4th. Nin Burns, he swings and misses at strike 3. 2 straight 3-pitch strikeouts for Gavin Tice. Brings up the big left-handed first baseman, Johnny Rodriguez. Candidly known around these parts as J-Rod. Knows so much about his sweet glove over at first base. He's also been a consistent power threat and a free swinger for UNLV. First pitch from Tice misses for a ball. So no worry of an immaculate inning after 6 pitches for 6 strikes. Rodriguez is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field. Swings right over top this fastball. Evens up the count at 1-1. J-Rod, a modest 808 OPS, at least when you're comparing the on-base plus slugging numbers to the rest of his scarlet and gray teammates. The big looping curveball from Tice. Really haven't seen that much at all in the last inning or so. Goes back to it looking to pick up a swinging strike, but no luck there. 1-1, elevated pitch. Rodriguez gets the hands up, ropes it up the middle for a 2-out base hit. Tice decided to mix it up a little bit. Hadn't gone high in the zone on many of these fastballs, but threw one high and tight to Rodriguez. Went up and got it. 2-out base runner for the Rebels, and it brings up Cooper Chef. Rebel third baseman, 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out. First pitch, called strike on the outside corner to Cooper. Tonight, just the 5th all-time meeting between UNLV and Milwaukee on the diamond. All 4 previous matchups took place a season ago here at the Earl. It's a 4-game sweep for the Hustlin' Rebels in 3 days. I mentioned earlier Gavin Tice. He pitched in one of those games. He started the Friday night contest and got banged around a little bit. This one scooped. What a fantastic play by Joey Spence, the backstop. The old 55-footer bounced well in front of the plate, but Spence able to keep it in front of him. For Tice in that matchup over a year ago, it was February 28th last year. He went 3 2/3, 7 hits, gave up 3 runs, but only 1 was earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. So Tice has been the starter in 2 out of 5 games all time in this matchup. It's a great 4-game sweep for the Rebels in which they outscored Milwaukee 31-13, and this guy at the plate, the MVP of the series, 8 runs batted in over that 4-game stretch, but Chef swings and misses through this one as Tice strikes out the side. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters. A Rodriguez single sandwiched in between. We're through 4 full innings here at the Earl. UNLV maintains a 2-1 lead over the Milwaukee Panthers. Be the 8, 9, and 1 batters for Milwaukee to lead things off in the 5th inning. It started with Tate Schmidt, the left-handed hitting second baseman. He's a lefty going up against the lefty Dilloff. Offers the first pitch, foul tips it into the glove of Gavin Taylor for strike 1. Tate Schmidt, a backwards K in his only at-bat so far, 1 of 7 Panthers to be set down via the strikeout so far from Parker Dilloff. There's that slider at 82 just off the plate. Can't get the swing. It's ball 1. Dilloff in the mid-60s in his pitch count right now. Goes right back to the exact same location that Beautiful slider. This time it is offered and missed by Schmidt. It's 1-2. Dilloff looking to pick up yet another strikeout. Trying to get the leadoff man retired. And man, that's that same pitch 3 straight times, same location. That's elite discipline from Schmidt right there to hold off. Just off the outside corner. It's 2-2. Here it is from Dilloff. Got him looking. That fastball dialed up to 93, and that's a beautiful K. Make it 8 for Dilloff, and 3 of the last 4 Panther batters have been retired via the strikeout.
The third baseman, number 7, Connor Bozak.
Almost feels bad to call this a tune-up outing for Dilloff, but he's making it look so easy right now and only getting more dominant as we advance into the middle frames. First pitch on the way. It's a ball to Connor Bozak, the lone run-scoring Panther tonight. He singled on a ground ball that just evaded Cooper Sheff's glove down the third baseline as that slider falls into the zone for strike 1. That was the lone rocky part of the road so far tonight for Parker Dilloff when Bozak was able to advance to second on a wild pitch, got to third on a throwing error, and would end up scoring on another wild pitch. Dilloff's ahead now, 1-2. The wild pitch has been somewhat of an issue for Dilloff. It was his 11th and 12th wild pitches back in inning number 3. Misses on the off-speed pitch, 2-2 to the Milwaukee third baseman. Maybe not what was expected, penciling Bozak into the lineup, picking up his 4th hit of the season. Ending up scoring the lone Milwaukee run thus far. Fouls it off. Bozak stays alive. Milwaukee looking to get scrappy. UNLV looking to ride Parker Dilloff as long as he'll take him. Over 70 pitches now, and here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Changes up on him. Yet another strikeout. Make it 9 for Parker Dilloff. 3 in a row dating back to the last inning. And 4 of the last 5 Panther batters have been set down via the K. Dilloff is locked and loaded, to say the least. Grant Ross now the leadoff man, the first baseman. Back up for his 3rd plate appearance. It's a great take for ball 1. Ross grounded out to the third baseman to lead the game off and walked and stole second back in the 3rd. 1-0 from Dilloff, missing once again. Ross's on-base percentage up to .409 now. After that base on balls, he's really been able to get on base. This one levels the bat almost horizontally. He was not offering at that one in any universe. The batter's take certainly on 2-0. 2-1 from Dilloff. Swung on. Lasered foul. That'll head into the bullpen for Milwaukee, which we see a couple of arms maybe starting to get warm. Nobody actively throwing yet, but 2 or 3 relief pitchers with the jackets off, potentially doing some band work and some stretching out there down the left field line. 2-2 from Dilloff. Got him looking. 75 miles per hour on a looping curveball. Strikes out Ross looking and strikes out the side. 3 in a row this inning. 5 of the last 6 batters retired via the K for Parker Dilloff. We'll head into the bottom of the 5th inning. UNLV still on top of Milwaukee, 2-1 from Las Vegas. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball, brought to you by America First, Nevada's premier credit union. Whatever financial goals you've got for yourself, your family, or your business, America First can help you get your money working. So head to AmericaFirst.com and join the home team today. Bottom of the 5th here from beautiful Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. A non-conference Friday night weekend series. Game 1 between the Panthers of Milwaukee and the Hustlin' Rebels of UNLV. It's 2-1 as it stands, and it's Jack Salmon leading things off as he takes a looping curveball for ball 1. This one's elevated out to right, hit on a line, running backwards. It was Charlie Marion in right. Reversed course, came in a couple steps and makes the grab. A 2-pitch out for Gavin Tice. Gavin Tice, 68 pitches now. He's going into the 5th, and if he's able to continue this inning and finish it without allowing another run, he definitely would be in line for his 5th consecutive quality start. He might not get the win. As it sits, he's currently in line for the loss, but it's a low-scoring, tight 2-1 game. And it's because of this man, the catcher, Gavin Taylor. Takes a fastball for ball 1. Gavin Taylor, the 2-run blast back in inning number 3. Scalds this one out to right center. That one was driven. 2 hops, it's off the wall, and Gavin Taylor pulls up at second base with nobody covering. It's a stand-up double with 1 out for Taylor. Just the 4th hit for UNLV tonight. Half of those extra bases from the catcher Gavin Taylor, hitting 9th tonight. 2 extremely different hits. A line drive home run, way deep to left. That one, textbook poke the other way, and had a lot of juice on it, rode all the way to the wall. So now an RBI opportunity for Reggie Bussey. He squares around a bunt. Makes good contact with it, but the bat dipped just too much. That ball right to left across the 3rd baseline, foul. We've seen a lot of bunt attempts from Reggie Bussey, at least here at home at the Earl. Not many of them successful, but he possesses the speed to potentially beat it out, and I think in his mind it's worst case scenario. 2 outs and a runner on 3rd if he's able to advance Taylor. We'll see if he goes back to that bunt attempt once again. Curveball outside, Bussey takes, does not show bunt, it's 1-1. Bussey has reached twice. A walk and an error. Would have had a successful stolen base, but batter's interference halted that. He pops this bunt way up, and a familiar scene, a popped up bunt squeezed by the catcher Joey Spence, and that's out number 2. 2 gone, and it's Marcos Rosales. Rebel second baseman's 0 for 2 tonight. This is a spot he thrives in, though, with a runner in scoring position. 39 ribbies, he's looking for number 40. Hopefully in the form of Gavin Taylor in scoring position at second base. Joey Spence, the catcher, utilizing a mound visit, talking to his starter, Gavin Tice. Talking through the sequencing of an aggressive batter like Rosales. Someone who's extremely dangerous. The Panthers certainly trying to keep this deficit to just 1 run. First pitch, curveball. It's a good eye from Rosales as it skips into the dirt, ball 1. Rosales, a .373 hitter with runners in scoring position. Fastball missing high, ball 2. The Panther infield shifted just a bit. Second baseman Tate Schmidt checking on the runner Taylor, giving him some space now as Holmes and Bozak, the shortstop and third baseman, shifted over to their right. Stage left. Rosales takes yet again. The count's 3-0. Potentially part of that strategic mound visit is first base is open. You don't have to give him anything, but very dangerous batter in the on-deck circle as well. And it's exactly who we'll see as Marcos Rosales works a 4-pitch walk with 2 gone. Brings up big Drew Berrigan, the offensive leader on this team in so many statistics. OPS for Berrigan now to 1168 as he offers at the first pitch from Tice. It's fouled off. With runners in scoring position in 2026, Drew Berrigan is hitting .509. It is just hard to wrap your head around that, no matter how you spin it. This is a guy who is as clutch as it gets in the Mountain West. Chops this one foul. Looked like it almost hit the bat twice after hitting the ground and popping back up. 0-2 quickly to Drew Berrigan. 52 at-bats, 27 hits with runners in scoring position. Just phenomenal season from Drew Berrigan at the plate. Takes a fastball high. It's 1-2. Gavin Taylor leads off second. Rosales, healthy lead off of first. Berrigan sets and wears that curveball directly in the center of his back. Taking one for the team. Taylor moves to third. Rosales up to second. Drew Berrigan reaches base yet again, as he has in every single contest this year. Very dicey spot now for Milwaukee. Huge opportunity for the designated hitter, Aiden Garcia. Garcia, the Florida Atlantic transfer, steps in from the left side. With the bases loaded, a massive opportunity. So mound visit now. This is Corey Bigler, the pitching coach from Milwaukee. Takes his time getting out there, brings the entire infield into conference, and Gavin Tice now sitting at 81 pitches. This is what you would call the danger zone. This is the highest leverage situation for either team by a mile tonight. It's an extremely quick mound visit, too, from Corey Bigler. Obviously, personnel are different. Coaching styles across the country are different, but sometimes, you know, you got to be old school and just trust your guy. Seemed like that mound visit was not much strategy. It's bases loaded, 2 outs. There's nowhere to put the batter. More of a, hey, let's get after it. We know what you're capable of, Gavin. See what you got. First pitch is inside to Aiden Garcia. Garcia, such a great eye. Tons of walks this year. Primarily only swings at pitches in the zone. This one he liked. It was early on that fastball at 86. Fouls it down the first base line. Garcia digs back in. 500 hitter with the bases loaded this year. Makes contact, but it's fouled off. A high pop fly into the seats on the left-hand side. 1-2. 3 fastballs from Tice after the curveball was the offering that hit Berrigan dead central in the back. 3 straight fastballs. Here's the 1-2 from Tice. It's lifted into right field. A base hit for Aiden Garcia. Taylor scores. Rosales scores. And Berrigan's into third. And it's a clutch 2-out, 2-run single from Aiden Garcia. 4-1 UNLV. A big-time AB and a big-time way from Aiden Garcia. Nobody happier right now than Parker Dilloff in the UNLV dugout, getting a little bit of extra run support. So there's still 2 outs in the 5th. It's Nin Burns, the right fielder, with runners on the corner. First pitch, he was waiting for that curveball. Offered a bit late at it, was able to foul it off. 0-1 to Burns, who's 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out to the shortstop and a strikeout. This fastball misses low. Same speed as the first one, same location, but in the dirt this time. Nin Burns, a .418 hitter with runners in scoring position. He's got Berrigan on third base. That is a drastically slow curveball from Gavin Tice. Offered and missed from Nin Burns. 67 miles per hour. It's almost like in Major League Baseball when you watch a position player pitch. They're throwing almost the ephus variety. This one, intentional from Tice. Ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Berrigan thinks better than to advance, take the risk from third, but Aiden Garcia up to second base on the wild pitch. This next pitch for Gavin Tice will be his 90th of the night. A base hit from Burns becomes so much more important now with 2 runners in scoring position as opposed to 1 before that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tice to Burns, smack to the left side. Holmes gathers, throws, and puts Burns out at first base, but not before the damage is done. A beautiful 2-out, 2-run single from Aiden Garcia. Triples the Rebel lead. We're done with 5 innings on a beautiful Friday night here in Las Vegas. UNLV scores 2, and they lead Milwaukee 4-1.
Charlie Marion.
It's the top of the 6th inning. Parker Dilloff back out for his 6th frame of work. A little bit more run support now, maybe a little bit more space to breathe. First pitch smacked into the right center field gap. Bussey thinks about the dive, thinks better of it, watches it fall in front, and it's a leadoff single from Charlie Marion. Marion's now 2 for 3 with 2 singles, one of the lone Panthers able to find any success off of tonight's starter, Parker Dilloff.
The center fielder, number 2, Dylan.
Next pitch from Dilloff will be pitch number 80. A hyper-efficient night from him so far. And that's with allowing a lot of leadoff men. Leadoff runner to reach base in the 2nd, in the 4th, and the 6th, all the even-numbered innings. The leadoff Panther has found their way to first. This time it's Charlie Marion. And behind him is Dylan O'Connell. Takes the first pitch for a ball. O'Connell is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Dilloff the kick. Gets the strike on the fastball. Low and inside corner of the plate. At 91. 1-1 the count to O'Connell. A guy you certainly want to keep off the base paths. 33 stolen bases for O'Connell this year, 7th in the country. A snap back throw. just not in time. Marion almost caught sleeping over there. A pretty gigantic secondary lead. Gavin Taylor certainly had his eyes open there. Threw it back, but Marion able to get back first. 2-1 on the way from Dilloff. Slider misses just a touch high. Had the horizontal movement working, but left it up just a touch, and it's 3-1. Marion, a standard lead off of first. Dilloff turns his attention to the batter, misses way outside. And that's a base on balls. It's the 4th walk of the night for Parker Dilloff. Thus far, he hasn't been punished for it, but now an opportunity for Milwaukee to potentially make some noise. Dominic Kibler, designated hitter, comes in, and he represents the tying run right now in the 6th. Still nobody out. For the first time tonight, we see pitching coach Jeff Opalewski trot out to first to have a word with Parker. This typically happens when he sees something mechanically not quite right, and Parker's been so dominant. 10 strikeouts thus far. It's second highest total of the year and of his career as well. Coach Ope certainly would like to see Parker extend this outing. Certainly want to see him get out of this jam now. This is the first real tough spot for Dilloff. 2 on and nobody out. Hasn't happened yet for him. Every time he's put a runner on, he's stranded him outside of that 3rd inning fiasco with Connor Bozak advancing on 2 wild pitches and an error. It's also the only reason the Panthers are on the scoreboard. A couple of high leverage at-bats coming up for certain for both Parker Dilloff and the meat of this Milwaukee lineup. Kibler's 0 for 1, fly out to left field, but a base on balls and a stolen base back in the 4th. Offers the first pitch. He pops it up into foul territory. Chef giving chase all the way over by the dugout. He runs into a Panther player, can't reach over that railing. Maybe a couple of words exchanged too, and that's just a tough sequence of events. Chef playing further away from the 3rd base side than typical, so he had to cover a lot of acreage to get over to the visiting dugout. That one sailed basically into the backside of the dugout, so hard to say whether or not Chef would have had an attempt or not. And understand you can't see that on our camera angle here on the stream, but Chef kind of collided with the railing as well as a Milwaukee Panther. So we reset on the 0-1, and that's a wild pitch if there ever was one. Dilloff spikes a slider in the grass before it even hits the dirt cutout, and both of those runners advance via the wild pitch. Kills the double play possibility and evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Definitely changes the job now if you're Dominic Kibler. A ground ball is not the end of the world, especially if it scores Marion from 3rd base. 1-1 pitch from Dilloff. There's the slider. It's been so effective to the left-handed batters tonight. Not even an inkling of a thought from Kibler to offer at that. So it runs 1 and 2. We've seen 10 strikeouts from Dilloff. Almost all of them have felt unique in terms of how he's attacked the pitcher, or the batter, rather. This time he goes inside. It's the slider again, but doesn't get the break. Clips Dominic Kibler on the hand, so he loses him at 1 and 2. Clips him on the wrists with the pitch. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Bit of a dicey situation now for the Hustlin' Rebels. As the left fielder Braden Horn steps in a huge spot for the Panthers. Horn a walk and a strikeout today. Looking to put the ball in play at the very least. He'll foul the first pitch off towards the right side. Ball finds its way all the way on the roof of the UNLV clubhouse out in right field. This a huge test of character, a huge test of will for Parker Dilloff. He's up. His next pitch will be number 90 for Dilloff. He's thrown exactly 100 pitches twice this year. March 21st against Utah Tech and April 3rd against New Mexico. Misses inside, 1-1, and now he's at 90. Laboring a bit, certainly, in the 6th. Becomes a question of how long do you leave him out and what kind of situation can this turn into? The 1-1 inside off-speed pitch fouled off. It's 1-2 to Braden Horn. It's an opportunity where a strikeout does so much for not only the individual as the starting pitcher, but for everybody behind him on defense. 1-2 on the way from Dilloff to Horn. Fouled off again. You can see by the way that Horn ended up there with the shoulders so high, sitting back, all of his weight on that right hip, looking off speed. Got the slowest pitch of the night from Parker Dilloff at 77, but stayed alive. Dilloff and Horn both reset. Another 1-2 on the way. Just a half effort, swung on and missed. They call that a sword and a beautiful 11th strikeout from Parker Dilloff. Changes up on the outside half. Left Braden Horn guessing. That is a huge K, number 11 on the night for Dilloff. And now with one out, it brings up Joey Spence, the catcher. Spence is already grounded into a double play tonight. Won't do so this time as he elevates it out to center field. Bussey giving chase. Makes the catch on the run. The runners from second and third will both tag. It's Charlie Marion scoring from third. It's the second run for the Panthers tonight. It's 4-2. But that is a big out number 2 for Parker Dilloff on the sac fly. '94 pitches now for Parker Dilloff, and he'll face Christian Holmes, more than likely his last batter. Trying to get through 6 full innings, trying to keep the Rebels on top by 2. Holmes a strikeout victim twice. Dilloff checks the runner at first. A deke by Dylan O'Connell. An 80 grade runner over at third, one of the better base runners in the country. Trying to play a bit of mind games over there. Jumping towards home, but retreating to third. Runner takes off from first. Taylor throws down to second. Skips away from Berrigan, and that's exactly what Milwaukee was showing they were going to do, and it's exactly what they did. Your tailor-made first, third steal, and as mentioned, a guy like O'Connell, one of the fastest runners in the country, ends up scoring. Throw from Taylor was extremely short. Berrigan tried to do his best, too, to charge it and make that Franco Harris-esque shoestring grab to make a play at home, but never got the opportunity. It's 4-3. Dominic Kibler sitting on second base. Curveball finds its way into the zone. And that's a strike. Dilloff has to just dial in on the batter. Not worry about the base runners anymore. This one slips, misses outside. 1-1 the count. Christian Holmes, the big right-handed shortstop, just needs a single. This game would be all tied up. Dilloff hoping to finish the 6th and leave in line with a win. Step off the mound, turn and throw to second. Dominic Kibler been very much in the front of the mind of Dilloff. Reaching base each of his last 2 plate appearances, a walk and a hit by pitch, and constantly thinking about Kibler jumping on and off that second base bag. So the count's now 3-1. It was a first pitch on the stolen base attempt, wasn't quite counted. It's 3-1 to Christian Holmes. First base open, not the end of the world if you walk the batter as Dilloff. Big swing and a miss. Changes up on Holmes, and the count runs full. Cannot state enough how big of a strikeout or an out in general would be for Parker Dilloff and the Hustlin' Rebels. Huge lead at second from Kibler. Here's the payoff pitch. Lofted out to right center field. Burns camps underneath it, and he'll make the grab. So a fly out from Holmes ends the inning, but Milwaukee plates 2. They're right back in this game, and halfway through 6 innings here in Las Vegas. UNLV 4, Milwaukee 3. It's the bottom of the 6th inning here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. I'm Drew Neverett. Thanks so much for joining us here. It's a beautiful Friday evening. Game 1 of the 3-game set between the Milwaukee Panthers of the Horizon League and your UNLV Hustlin' Rebels of the Mountain West. For Milwaukee, the starting pitcher's been lifted. Gavin Tice's day is done. 5 innings pitched for him. 5 hits, gave up 4 runs, all of those earned. 2 walks and 4 Ks. 90 pitches for Tice, 54 of those for strikes. And he'll be lifted for Mason Weckler. Weckler, a junior right-hander, stands 6 feet, 205 pounds. He's from Belvedere, Illinois. Out of Belvedere North High School. He's making his 13th appearance of the season, but he's gone 27 2/3, averaging just about 2 innings per appearance. One of the longer relievers on this Panthers staff. A 9.43 ERA coming into this one for Weckler. We'll get things started with Johnny Rodriguez, who takes the first pitch fastball inside. That's ball 1 to Johnny. He's 1 for 2 with the base hit. 1 of 5 Hustlin' Rebel hits so far. Chops this one over to the first base side. They're playing it out like it was a fair ball, but Alberto Ruiz thought he was going to wave it off and call it a foul ball. Now he's explaining to Johnny Rodriguez it wasn't. So scored 3 unassisted. It's a 2-pitch ground out to get things started for Mason Weckler. not what you want to see. You typically want, especially a lefty out of the box, to be running that one out regardless of what happens, but doesn't get the call the way he wants it. Nonetheless, it's one quick out in the Rebel half of the 6th. Comes up Cooper Sheff. Offers at the high fastball, first pitch, fouled off, 0-1. Sheff 0 for 2. Hard ground out to Tate Schmidt over at second base, and a strikeout. 3 of the 5 strikeouts from Gavin Tice came in the 4th inning. Really was dominant before facing a heap of adversity in the 5th, allowing 2 more Rebels to score. And the reason why they're on top. Sheff awaits the 1-1 pitch from Mason Weckler. Really just fastball offerings from Weckler thus far. Goes back to the heater, misses at the ankles, 2-1. So with the final line of 4 runs allowed for Tice, his quality start streak will end at 4. Still not a bad start. He's kept his team in the game, but the 2-run 5th inning is the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will, at least in terms of his quality start streak. Sheff back into the box after a foul ball. It's 2-2. The delivery out of the stretch from Weckler. It's up high on the slider. No offer from Sheff. Well, brings the count full. 1 out, and the Rebels looking to find a base runner in hopes of extending this 1-run lead. Roped out to right center field, giving chase as O'Connell a little bit of a leap. He makes the catch above his head. Man, were the wheels turning for O'Connell. He has some serious speed, covered a lot of ground. It almost seems like he overran that hard line drive from Cooper Sheff. 2 up, 2 down for the new arm, Weckler. We'll try to go 1, 2, 3 with Jack Salmon coming up. So interesting to see a mound visit here. It's Corey Bigler out for his 2nd time from the visiting third base dugout. Wants to have a word with Mason Weckler, who's done nothing wrong. 8 pitches, 2 balls hit into play, 2 outs. Always like to examine the inner workings of a mound visit. Who's all there and what's being discussed. Couldn't tell you what's being discussed in this type of scenario with Weckler being quick, but brought the catcher out too, Joey Spence. Spence a leader on this team. He's a senior. Played all 4 seasons here for the Panthers. So his input certainly valued in all of those mound visits. Weckler checks his wristband and get the scouting report on Jack Salmon, who's 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a run scored. First pitch fastball, tails inside on Salmon. That's ball 1. Salmon wasted no time, a hard hit single back in the 3rd, and was driven in by the Gavin Taylor long ball. Salmon corkscrewed a bit on this one, low and in, fouls it off. Nonetheless, evens up the count 1-1. Games like this, so important to pick up momentum if you're UNLV. Just 6 Mountain West games remaining, and Hustlin' Rebels on the outside looking in, at least in terms of making the top 6 and heading to the conference tournament in Mesa, Arizona at Sloan Park. They're not out of it yet, but a couple of extremely important series coming up at Fresno and against San Diego State. Salmon offers at the low pitch, swung on and missed, and Mason Weckler does exactly what he was called in to do. Sets down the Rebels in order, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Late frames coming up from Earl E. Wilson, UNLV on top of Milwaukee, 4-3. . Hustlin' Rebel Baseball, brought to you by Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They make quality service their top priority and were voted best air conditioning company in Las Vegas. Their highly trained technicians will make sure the job is done right the first time. Sierra is here to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing today for service that soars above the rest. And by Parkway Tavern, official partner of UNLV Athletics and your official home of Rebels on the Road. With over 250 beers, 24/7 gaming, and 7 Valley locations, there's no better place to catch the game than Parkway Tavern. Go Rebels. It's the top of the 7th, and the evening for Parker Dilloff. Today's starter is done. An excellent start from Parker. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned run. 4 walks and 11 strikeouts, just 1 shy of his season and career high of 12. Did it on exactly 100 pitches, the 3rd time this year Parker has thrown exactly 100 pitches, 58. For strikes, he's relieved by Colton Sundloff, who induces a ground ball to Hopper to Rosales. On the first pitch he throws to Tate Schmidt. Wasting no time is Colton Sundloff, making his 22nd appearance of the 2026 season. Colton, the redshirt senior out of Erta, Utah. The most oft-used Rebel reliever. He's 6'5", and he's just been spectacular this year. 23 2/3 innings, so he's usually just called to pitch 1, sometimes 2, a couple appearances of multiple innings this season, but he's 2-0 with a 4.94 ERA. Anytime you're pitching late in games in the Mountain West Conference and you have a sub-5 ERA, you're clearly doing something right. Sundloff's ability has really been showcased in the back half of this season. It's 1-0 to Connor Bozak, who squares around to bunt, pulls it away as Sundloff misses outside with the fastball, 2-0. Sundloff looking to keep things where they are, at least in the 7th. See if he's called on to go the 8th, if it is a clean 7th, as Bozak pulls away another bunt attempt, and it's quickly 3-0 to the 9 batter in the Milwaukee lineup. Sundloff, a heavy fastball user, has a sinker as well, but mixes in a changeup and a slider. Quick time is called by Alberto Ruiz. Grants time to the batter, Bozak. And it's being ruled a pitch clock violation now. Pardon me, not a time granted to the batter, but Bozak took too much time to get back into the box. And so it's an auto strike. Makes things 3-1 as he lifts this one foul. Rodriguez giving chase over to the first base side, but that ball finds the 8th or 9th row in the concourse, the first base side here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. It's a beautiful night. It's 83 degrees at first pitch now in the balmy mid-60s. Perfect evening for the 800 announced fans, 800 on the nose. Come out, the folks, friends and family from Wisconsin traveling to watch their favorite Panther, and our usual conglomerate of scarlet and gray faithful. Sundloff ready to deliver. The full count pitch to Connor Bozak. Elevated again, this time fouled directly behind home plate. Bozak stays alive. Always interesting to examine the roles and any given bullpen and how they can change and fluctuate so much. Beginning of the season, Parker Dilloff was, he's likely the Saturday guy, maybe the Sunday starter, and now in the back half of the year, firmly cemented in the Friday role. This full count pitch lifted into left field. It's down the line and fair. Bozak rounding first. He'll be into second easily with a 1-out double. Just like that, the tying run is in scoring position for the Panthers. And Bozak has his second hit in 3 attempts today. 2 out of the 4 hits for Milwaukee have come off the bat of Connor Bozak, playing in just his 7th game, starting just his 3rd game. And that hit that he collected just his 5th of the season. You never know who the unexpected hero is going to be in any given baseball game. Bozak now on second base. It's Grant Ross, the leadoff man. A rare first baseman hitting in the leadoff spot. He's 0 for 2 with the walk so far today. Stole his 13th bag back in inning number 3. Sundloff in relief of Dilloff. Turns around, checks on Bozak. He's back into second base, standing up. You mentioned Dilloff. The 11 strikeouts brings his total to 80 on the year. Well clear of second place. He is cemented in first place in the Mountain West right now. Sundloff goes changeup, misses a bit high, and it's 2-0. And just like that, Coach Ope doesn't like the mechanics he's seeing from Sundloff. He'll saunter out to the mound to have a chat. Brings the entire infield in to join in on this mound visit. This will be the second utilized by UNLV tonight. So it's the top of the 7th. It's Friday night. You want to instill as much confidence in your relievers as you can. Colton Sundloff, certainly someone who's expected to work his way out of the 7th inning. He's thrown just 9 pitches. So very interesting to see. Last inning, we had Mason Weckler come in for Milwaukee in relief of Gavin Tice. He threw 8 pitches, recorded 2 outs, and pitching coach Corey Bigler said, I got to have a chat with him. Sort of a similar instance here with Jeff Opalewski talking to Sundloff. He's thrown just 9 pitches, but certainly a different 9 pitches than Weckler's 8. He's allowed a double and 2 balls in a row to this batter, Grant Ross. So we'll resume the AB. It's 2-0. Ross squares around to bunt, pulls back, and Sundloff just misses off the inside corner. It's 3-0. First base open, so it's not the end of the world, but the tying run on second is Rosales. The Rebel second baseman creeps up, calls for that pickoff throw from Sundloff, but once again, Bozak in there safely. 3-0, and Sundloff looking just to find the strike zone. He does this time. It's another bunt pulled back from Grant Ross. Rosales still certainly monitoring Bozak at second base. Berrigan playing deep in the hole between second and third base. Sundloff misses low with another fastball, and he's walked Grant Ross. It's 2 walks today for Ross, and 2 runners on for Charlie Marion. Just 4 hits so far today from Milwaukee. 2 have come from Connor Bozak standing on second base, and 2 have come from this man, Charlie Marion, the right fielder. 2 singles, a run scored, and a stolen base. He's been the most effective member of the Milwaukee roster thus far. Sundloff misses with the ball inside. He's trying to recreate that double play ball that Parker Dilloff got Joey Spence to ground into, the lefty. He's looking for this lefty Marion to do the same thing. He's peppering that slider low and into the lefty. It's twice in a row now, but it's missed both times. 2-0 the count. Sundloff certainly looking for Marion to roll over on one. Sundloff, quick step and delivers. Fastball outside part of the plate, called for strike 1. If you haven't seen Colton Sundloff's delivery, herky-jerky is a way to describe it, unorthodox, whatever the word. It's unique. It's hard to pick up what he does. Fastball misses just below the knees, and it's 3-1 to Charlie Marion. Sundloff sets that left foot behind the bag, behind the rubber, pardon me, and ready to deliver the 3-1. Chopped foul by Marion. The count is full. Speedy team like Milwaukee. 2 runners on. There's 1 out. It's a full count. Makes you think potential for the runners to get a head start. We'll see. As the tying run is on second base. Payoff pitch on the way from Sundloff to Marion. Fastball never had a chance. Misses high. It's 2 consecutive walks for Sundloff. And now with 1 gone, the bases are loaded. Sacks full for the 3-hitter, Dylan O'Connell, who you could say is pretty due. O'Connell, a .431 on base percentage, and he's got a chance with the bases loaded. He'll do so against a new Rebel arm. We'll give you the specifics when we come back, but it's 4-3 UNLV, 1 out, and the bases loaded. It'll be a Valvoline Instant Oil pitching change for the Hustlin' Rebels. Colton Sundloff records an out and then loads the bases. His ledger still entirely open as he's responsible for Bozak at third, Ross at second, and Marion at first. And they'll bring in Ryan Martone. Ryan Martone making his 10th appearance of the year. He's thrown 11 innings to the tune of a 9 even ERA. Martone has been mixed in as a Sunday starter to kind of start off his scarlet and gray career. Usually with Reese Lewick or another reliever piggybacking off of him. He's transitioned much more into the bullpen now. Threw 4 pitches in his last outing at Utah Tech, 9 before that. So just 13 pitches this last week. Martone against Dylan O'Connell. First pitch from Martone, 95, pumping up the velo early, but misses inside ball 1. Martone, the junior, native Toronto, Ontario, Canada. O'Connell smacks it the other way, but lands foul. Dylan O'Connell, a 1047 OPS, the lone Panther with a 4-digit OPS. He's been their best hitter all year, their best base runner. He's a lead out in center field as well. Slider from Martone spins outside to the righty. It's a 2-1 hitter's count to O'Connell. Just one out. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run. Represented by Grant Ross at second. Big swing and a miss. O'Connell's mind seemed to have been made up to go after a fastball. Martone obliged, but located well outside to the righty. 2-2. And a power-on-power matchup. Here's the kick and the pitch from Martone. Elevated out to right field. Burns gives chase. He's back with his heels on the warning track, makes the grab. And that'll tie this game up. Connor Bozak tags up from third, scores his second run of the evening. It's a sac fly RBI for Dylan O'Connell. That's his 31st run batted in of the year. And we're all square from Las Vegas, 4-4. 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. Ross tagged up from second. He's aboard at third. Charlie Marion stays over at first base, and it's the DH, Dominic Kibler. Kibler has reached via a hit by pitch and a walk in each of his last 2 plate appearances. Flied out to left other than that. Pump fake on the throw, clearly Marion offering. Marion taking off, still second base without a throw. Credited as the 6th stolen base for Charlie Marion, his 2nd tonight. Gavin Taylor wouldn't be duped again like he was earlier in a run-scoring first-third steal. This one smacked over to the right side. Rosales stays low on it. Runs over to J-Rod and makes the play. Milwaukee will score the tying run. 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left. We're all square, and it's stretch time here in Las Vegas. UNLV and Milwaukee all knotted up at 4. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page, brought to you by Intermountain Health. They're here to help you live the healthiest life possible. As the official health partner of UNLV Athletics, Intermountain Health is dedicated to promoting health and wellness in our community. And by Finley Toyota. After the game or anytime, visit or click Finley Auto. Finley Toyota is the largest Toyota dealer in Nevada. Ask for John Barr. He'll do anything to sell you a car. And by Heaven Hill Brands, proud sponsor of UNLV Athletics. It's the bottom of the 7th. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up for UNLV. It's Gavin Taylor. It's been arguably the hardest out on either side of things tonight. 2 for 2, a 2-run shot and a double. He scored 2 of the 4 Rebel runs, has 2 of the 5 Rebel hits. Taylor's been spectacular tonight as he takes an off-speed pitch from Mason Weckler for strike 1. Weckler needed just 12 pitches in the 6th inning to retire Rodriguez, Chef, and Salmon in order. He's working quickly, this time a fastball missing high to Taylor. Moves the count 1-1 to the Rebel backstop. I think heading into this one, this whole series, knowing just how often the Milwaukee team would be trying to swipe bases. Gavin Taylor, arguably the best arm behind the dish of the three-man Rebel catching rotation of Aiden Garcia, Gavin Taylor, and Connor Tallickson. So expected to see Taylor behind the dish, but it's been the best offensive man as well for the Hustlin' Rebels. Can expect to see him in the lineup at least tomorrow and or Sunday. 2 straight takes. Wants the count 2-2 to Taylor. Wants to get things going to lead things off. He's a .231 leadoff hitter compared to his .258 average in general. Stays alive, goes down to get this one and fouls it off. Gavin Taylor hit his 6th homer of the season back in inning number 3. He's got 11 extra base hits now, 6 of them in the home run variety, 5 doubles for Taylor. He's constantly looking to carry the ball out of the yard. 2-2 pitch. Opens up on that curveball way early, fouls it off to keep the at-bat going. Mason Weckler, ERA now a 9.10. He's 0-4 this year on the record and just shy of 29 innings, but 26 Ks and 12 walks. Pretty good ratio for the righty out of the bullpen. Here's another 2-2 to Taylor, and he knew it. Takes that fastball on the outside corner. And that's called strike 3 to Gavin Taylor. Call it the 2nd strikeout of the night for Weckler out of the pen as well.
For UNLV, the center fielder, number 25.
Flips the lineup back to the top. It's Reggie Bussey. Rebel center fielders had a very interesting go of it so far. Led off the home half of the first with a walk. Reached on an error in the 3rd and thought he had a stolen base, but batter's interference ruled him out at second base. And then in the 5th, with Gavin Taylor on second and 1 out, he popped up a bunt in foul territory. Gonna be a mound visit now from the catcher Joey Spence. I think Weckler asked for a word before delivering that first pitch. He saw the pitch count, or pitch clock, pardon me, trickling down, just a couple of seconds left, so called time and asked for a mound visit. Spence now looking back at the Milwaukee dugout. It seems maybe a technology error, something along those lines that we constantly see in collegiate baseball. And right on cue, that's Sean Wegner, the head coach, coming out, giving a new wristband to the catcher Joey Spence. I think that mound visit, it will be charged to Milwaukee, but I think the battery of Milwaukee took most of that time to say, hey, here's what our signs are going to be if we can't communicate via the technology like we normally do. You see that where guys will have to revert back to signaling numbers for certain pitches, like how everybody at every level of baseball used to operate. Bussey fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Rebels looking for some sort of offense here. Just 5 hits for them through 6 1/3 innings. Mason Weckler works exclusively out of the stretch. Throws a fastball high and in that Bussey takes. It's ball 1. Infield normal depth. Outfield in just a bit with the wind heavily kicking in towards home plate. Bussey takes off speed right down the middle for strike 2. Always worth examining the wind here at Earl E. Wilson. Extremely flat. Wind always takes effect, so it's important to monitor the foul pole and the American flag out in center. As Bussey pulls this one between the first and second baseman. And it's a 1-out single for Reggie Bussey. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Get the first base hit for him. That's a big 1-out base runner for the Hustlin' Rebels. Brings up Marcos Rosales, the second baseman. Marcos is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored back in the 5th. Potential run scoring opportunity for Rosales. Big lead from Bussey off of first base. Pitch misses high and away, ball 1. Bussey probably feels as though he should have a stolen base on his ledger tonight. Had a great jump off the starting pitcher, Gavin Tice, who would go to the slide step when runners were on base. So even still, with that quick delivery from Tice, Bussey would have been safe had it not been for the batter's interference from Marcos Rosales. A foul ball into the backstop, counts 1-1. Very short lead from Bussey as he inches towards the second base bag. Slider from Mason Weckler drifts away. He doesn't want to throw anything inside that Rosales can drive. Any type of hit here, you would think would get Bussey over to third with just 1 out. Here's the 2-1. Rosales goes down to get it, fouls it off the mask of the catcher, Joey Spence. And it evens up the count 2-2. Rosales, a .366 hitter with runners on base. Looking to up that in a clutch spot with 1 gone in the 7th. Here's the 2-2. Leans him back a little bit. That fastball high and tight. Rosales ducks out of the way. Count is now full. Makes you wonder if Bussey thinks about taking off. Pretty solid primary lead from Bussey. Here's the payoff pitch. Bussey takes off. Rosales pop fly over to the right side. It does escape the field of play. Drifts into the notch and foul ground down the right field line. So Reggie Bussey gets his helmet back, retreats back to first base, resets. So Rosales digs back in the box. Looking for that first hit. Reggie over at first base, a little bit limber. Saw him stumble back on that pop fly. He was already 3/4 of the way to the second base bag, had to dig into the dirt and turn, so maybe a little tweak of something there, but he's back into his primary lead. And there's the payoff pitch from Weckler to Rosales. Bussey takes off again, ball 4. As the fastball runs high. Rosales takes his second walk in as many plate appearances, and it moves Bussey into scoring position. If you're an opposing pitcher, he's the last guy you want to see up with runners on base. It's the shortstop, Drew Berrigan. Berrigan 0 for 2. Reached via the hit by pitch back in the 5th, but Berrigan has just been a special at-bat, especially with runners on and in scoring position in 2026. Takes the first pitch high from Weckler. .391 average for Berrigan. It's a .400 hitter with runners on, a .509 hitter with runners in scoring position. The numbers speak for themselves. Bussey being held on second creates a large hole in the right side of the infield. Berrigan gets jammed. It's shallow pop-up. Infield fly rule is signaled as Christian Holmes squeezes the glove. And that's out number 2. That's the way to stifle the bat of Berrigan. Go inside. Throw an off-speed pitch, too. Berrigan all over it, but just jammed inside on the hands. Now Sean Wegner coming out, the head man for Milwaukee, and hasn't quite made the signal out to the bullpen. He's certainly taking his time getting out there. We'll see if this is in fact a pitching change. Looks like that fence panel opening up down the left field line, and now the signal is made. It's a new pitcher for Milwaukee. We'll get you the details when we come back. 2 on, 2 out in the 7th. Still knotted up 4-4 here in Las Vegas. Mason Weckler has been lifted out of this one. He's in charge of the runners on first and second. That's Rosales and Bussey. And in comes Lucas Watson, fifth-year player wearing number 55. The right-hander stands 6'2", 180, out of Sacramento, California. Comes in to make his 19th appearance of the year. He's got 15 2/3 innings with a 6.89 ERA. 18 strikeouts to 15 walks for Lucas Watson. And he comes in a massive spot. I'll talk about high leverage. This is just that. Facing the Rebel cleanup man and DH Aiden Garcia with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch is a tumbling curveball right down the middle. Garcia sitting on that all the way. It's 0-1. Garcia 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, but a clutch 2 out, 2 strike, 2 run single back in inning number 5. Has us where we are in terms of the score line. Curveball again from Watson. Misses outside. As mentioned, can't close the line yet on Weckler. Hasn't given up an earned run yet, but is responsible for both runners. Garcia takes the fastball. Spence, the catcher, almost stole the call there. A great over-the-top frame. Relatively subtle there, but doesn't fool our crew chief, Alberto Ruiz. 2-1 pitch from Watson to Garcia. Goes back to the off-speed. 3 off-speed offerings in 4 pitches. 3 balls and a strike to Aiden Garcia. No pressure to swing at this next pitch unless it's center cut, something he can drive. With Nin Burns on deck. Watson looks back at Bussey, delivers the 3-1, and right in the middle of that number 2 on Aiden Garcia's back. He's plunked. So he'll reach first to load the bases as Bussey walks to third. Rosales advances to second. And here's a huge spot for the right fielder, Nin Burns. Burns 0 for 3, a strikeout, but 2 very hard-hit ground balls, both to the shortstop, Christian Holmes. Burns not afraid to take a healthy hack. First pitch from Watson, finds the inside corner. That's a great strike pitch to Burns. Burns and Sheff are the two that come to mind when you think about power hitting righties on this team, but they have really elongated swings. You don't want to throw anything center cut. Bussey takes off on the pitch in the dirt. No slide necessary. The wild pitch going to bring Bussey in. Rosales to third, Garcia to second. And I think Joey Spence, the catcher, thought he had a lot more time than he did. Not a good pitch from Watson. Spence did his job as best as he could. Slid over to the right, blocked it, acted as that backstop. Really kept the ball in front of him. It just spit out a little bit too far to the right. And Reggie Bussey, man, he can fly. He flies into home standing up to give the Rebels a 5-4 lead. Yet again, the ball gets away from Spence. Unbelievable. Looked like a foul ball, a big swing from Burns, and I think Spence just dropped the ball. So just like that, 2 pitches, 2 runs for the Rebels, and the ball hasn't been put in play yet. Rosales scores, Bussey scores. Thinking that one will be scored. A pass ball is just kind of a signal crossing, and Spence dropped the ball in the swing and miss from Burns. This one low again, not handled by Spence, but no advancements as he keeps this one right between the leg protectors. The count runs full to Nin Burns. UNLV on top 6-4 all of a sudden without really any work from batters since the new pitcher Watson's come in. Incorrect count on the scoreboard there. It was 2-2. That ball high now brings the count full to Burns. Garcia takes his lead off of second. Here's the payoff offering from Lucas Watson. Burns ropes it up the middle. In comes Garcia to score. Burns rounds first, more than halfway towards second base, retreats to first. Garcia scores. It's an RBI single for Nin Burns. And just like that, it's 7-4, UNLV on top by 3. Remarkable stuff from the UNLV offense. This inning started with a backwards K. Mason Weckler was doing his thing, but then he put Reggie Bussey on with a single, walked Rosales, got the infield fly, and then they pulled him. Watson came in, hit by pitch, a wild pitch and a pass ball later. 2 runs came in to score. Burns extends the lead to 3 with that single. Johnny Rodriguez in the box now. With Burns on first, Lucas Watson looking to just limit the damage now as much as he can. Tosses that curveball, clips the outside corner. It's 1-1. So both runs that were on base from Mason Weckler charged to him. Rodriguez pops this one, very shallow left center field. Holmes having trouble with tracking it down, but will squeeze the glove about a foot into the outfield grass. It's a pop-up to retire the side, but UNLV strikes for 3 big runs. 1 on a wild pitch, 1 on a pass ball, and 1 on a run-scoring single from Nin Burns. Through 7 full innings, UNLV up top on Milwaukee, 7-4 here in Las Vegas. Top of the 8th inning set to get underway after UNLV does some severe offensive damage in the 7th, plating 3. It's Ryan Martone back out there as he airmails his first pitch to Braden Horn, the Milwaukee left fielder. And we currently sit at a 7-4 game with UNLV in command. Not the most stereotypical way to plate 3 runs, a wild pitch, a pass ball, and a single. All in succession, all in the same at-bat, but you take them how you can get them. 7 runs on 7 hits for UNLV, 4 runs on 4 hits for Milwaukee. It's 1-1 to Horn. Martone working quickly, misses outside on the slider, 2-1. Braden Horn, a walk in the 2nd. He was doubled up at second base. And 2 strikeouts, both from Parker Dilloff. Martone misses inside with the fastball. Parker Dilloff, 11 Ks today. He won't end up with the win. It's currently Ryan Martone who's in line as the Rebels scored 3 in the bottom half of the 7th. But certainly can say Dilloff earned it. Just 1 earned run in 6 innings, 100 pitches, and 11 strikeouts. I mean, he's got 80 strikeouts this season in exactly 59 innings pitched. Just remarkable. Full count. Swing and a miss. Ryan Martone racks up his first K. It's the 3rd strikeout of Braden Horn today. The leadoff man is retired for Milwaukee in the top half of the 8th. Brings up Joey Spence, the catcher. Run-scoring sacrifice fly back in the 6th. And that was the 3rd run of the game for Milwaukee. Really got them some steam and made them feel like they could make a comeback, in which they ended up tying it in the 7th. But currently the 3-run gap between the Panthers and the Rebels. After fouling the first pitch off, here's the 0-1. Spence, hard grounder to Rosales, picks cleanly, throw a bit high. But Rodriguez there to make the play. It's 4-3 put out for Joey Spence. 2 quick retired Panthers for the Canadian Ryan Martone. Looking to keep things where they are, especially Martone looking to rack up a victory. He's 1-3 on the season. A couple of rough starts for him back when he was the Sunday starter for a couple of weeks. His first pitch to the shortstop, Christian Holmes, is fouled off. Martone really has ramped things up, and I think it's safe to say he's found his role in the bullpen. 3 consecutive perfect outings. 12 pitches in a 1-2-3 inning against Washington State, and then 9 pitches to get 1 batter out on April 25th up in Reno, and 4 pitches to get the out that was required of him, a 4-pitch strikeout in St. George against Utah Tech. 1-1 pitch, just a touch outside on the fastball. Martone really ramping up the velocity too as the year's gone on. Started kind of in the 90-92 range where he was sitting initially, and coming back from a hamstring injury, he's really been able to get that lower half underneath him, plant more, and generate more velocity. He threw 94 on that last fastball that was fouled off, and it's been a bit surprising. He's been sitting 95 consistently all night. Also works in a sweeper, a changeup, and you guessed it, another UNLV arm features a cutter. There's the slider, and it falls right down the middle of the zone. Gets Holmes looking. Ryan Martone does a job and then some. A 1-2-3, top of the 8th, including 2 strikeouts. Heading to the home half of the 8th, UNLV still on top of Milwaukee, 7-4. Cooper Chef stepping into the batter's box. The third baseman set to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning with his Hustlin' Rebels on top. 7-4, he'll face the new arm for the Milwaukee Panthers. It's left-handed sophomore Tyler Andrews, hailing from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. He comes in for his 12th appearance of the year. 9 1/3 innings pitched, a 7.71 ERA for the lanky lefty wearing number 24. First pitch he offers is wafted into right center field for a single. Cooper Chef wasting no time, recording his first hit of the evening. It's a great leadoff single from Cooper Chef, attacking the new arm. Through an 87-mile-per-hour fastball, pretty center cut. Cooper Chef said, "Don't mind if I do." So Chef aboard first, brings up Jack Salmon, the left fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Chef a big lead, and excellent pitch there from Andrews on the outside corner for strike 1. Andrews stands 6'2", presenting a very different look than the previous 3 right-handers from Milwaukee, Tice, Weckler, and Watson. Watson's final line, just a third of an inning. Gave up a hit and an earned run through 14 pitches, just 6 of those for strikes. As of right now, Mason Weckler, the first arm out of the bullpen, would be on the hook for the loss if the score were to hold. Salmon fouls off, and the count moves 1-2. For Andrews, he's not a guy with put-away stuff, has just 2 strikeouts in the 9 1/3 innings. He's gone 8 walks. Control a bit dicey for the sophomore. He's set on the rubber, looks over at Chef, and delivers the 1-2. Salmon all over that one, sitting off speed. That's what he gets, and he singles into right field. That is a veteran piece of hitting if I've ever seen one. Jack Salmon knew he was getting the slider 1 and 2 from the left-hander, and just hoping that Andrews would leave it center cut. He did. Salmon sitting all over it, and fillets a nice single out to right field. Moves Cooper Chef up to second base. Wise not to round second, try to stretch it to get to third. It brings up Gavin Taylor, the catcher. Taylor, a great night thus far. An emphatic 2-run shot back in the third, as well as a double in the 5th. First baseman Grant Ross playing in the infield grass. The corner's a bit in here. Not sure if they're maybe expecting sacrifice bunt from Gavin Taylor. That might be the inclination with a infield shift like this, with the middle infield back almost in double play depth, but Tate Schmidt, the second baseman, basically covering the entire gap between first and second base. Taylor takes again, hasn't shown any sign of bunting, and that backs off at least the first baseman, Grant Ross. Crosses the baseline, and he's now playing deep as well. 2-0 pitch to Taylor. Sees a fastball he likes, but fouls it off towards the first base dugout. Gavin Taylor, not enough ABs to be a qualified hitter, but a remarkable 1014 OPS for a 254 hitter. It's due mostly to those 6 home runs. He's got 16 hits this year, 6 of them homers. Offers at this outside fastball, swings just underneath it. And the count is 2-2 to number 44. Short leads from both runners. No thought of taking any extra bags with a 3-run lead. 2-2 from Andrews. Misses outside. Can tell he was frustrated by that one. Looks directly into that left hand the second he released the ball. Count's full now. Still nobody out. Payoff pitch on the way to Taylor. Way away. It's Ball forward to Gavin Taylor. He reaches base for the third time. Sheff to third, Salmon to second. And the sacks are full of Rebels for the center fielder, Reggie Bussey. You're a Panthers fan, not what you're looking for. The lefty coming out of the bullpen. He's yet to record an out, and the 7, 8, and 9 batters for UNLV have all reached safely. Presents a big-time opportunity for Reggie Bussey. First pitch he sees. Fastball right down Main Street. Bussey, no hits yet this season with the bases loaded. Just 3 opportunities, though, 0 for 3. This one tails inside, it clips Reggie Bussey, and he's fired up. That is called taking one for the team. Wears one on the inside shoulder, but he'll get an RBI. That's what you love to see, the 14th run batted in for Reggie Bussey, and it just takes a hit by pitch to get it done. Sheff scores, Salmon to third, Gavin Taylor up to second. Prompts an immediate mound visit from the catcher Joey Spence. Trying to talk Tyler Andrews through this inning. It's been a tough go of it for him so far. Single from Sheff, single from Salmon. Walk of Taylor, hit by pitch of Reggie Bussey. Puts us at 8-4 here in the 8th. Bases still loaded. It's Marcos Rosales. Rosales been looking for his opportunity tonight. He's been extremely patient after a couple of early outs in his first 2 at-bats. He's walked twice and scored twice. This one offered into left center field. It's got some carry. It'll be caught by the left fielder, Braden Horn, in deep left center. All 3 runners tag. Salmon comes in to score without a throw. Taylor to second. They throw over to second base to try to get Bussey. Didn't slide, didn't need to. He's in there safely, and it's a 1-pitch sacrifice fly for Marcos Rosales to make this thing 9-4. Rebels certainly tacking on some insurance for whoever may go inning number 9. Two runners in scoring position, just 1 out. It's Drew Berrigan looking for his first hit. Thinks about offering on the first pitch. It's a fastball in the dirt as the entire Milwaukee infield very much playing in. They're trying to play Gavin Taylor, advancing from third to home. They're trying to cut down what would be the 10th run of the night for the Scarlet and Gray. 1-1 now, the count to Berrigan. He's 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Felt he might have left a couple of ducks on the pond, popping up to the shortstop via the infield fly rule. Last at bat. Big swing and a miss on the fastball from Andrews. He is in desperate need of out number 2 without another run scoring. As the deficit for Milwaukee currently sits at 5. Here's Andrews with the 1-2 to Berrigan. Soft single up the middle. Berrigan's first hit of the day. It's going to drive in Taylor, and it's going to drive in Bussey. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, it's 11-4 UNLV. Not the typical power stroke we're used to seeing from Drew Berrigan. Usually gets a lot of lift, a lot of pop. This time, got sawed off a little bit on the inside part of the plate, but just muscles it up the middle. Infield playing in certainly doesn't help the Panthers' cause. It's 11-4. Aiden Garcia takes outside for ball 1. As seems like Sean Wegner's going to let his left-hander Andrews wear this inning. It's already 4 earned runs. Just 1 out recorded as Drew Berrigan, the shortstop, stands atop first base after plating 2 with his base hit. Garcia, 2 RBIs of his own on his single back in the 5th. Looking to keep the train moving. Pops this one up. Catcher Spence, as well as Andrews, the pitcher, and Grant Ross over at first, all convene, trying to track that one down, but finds the third row of the seats here at Earl E. Wilson. For the Hustling Rebel fans who stuck around here on Friday night, they're certainly happy to see this one go the way it has in the late innings. 3 in the 7th, 4 so far in the 8th for UNLV. There's the 2-0 from Andrews. Garcia takes all the way on the fastball, called strike 1. Garcia was hit by pitch in the 7th and made his way to second via a wild pitch. Made his way to third via the pass ball. Runner takes off. Garcia fouls it off. Hit and run in play there. It's Berrigan. Say underrated speed from Berrigan. He's 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts, usually catching the pitcher off guard in terms of getting great jumps. He's not being held on very tightly. 2-2 on the way from Andrews. Garcia goes the other way, slaps a single into shallow left. And the hit parade continues here in the 8th for UNLV. It's the 4th hit in the 8th, the 4th single. Brings up and in, Burns the 2nd. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI, and man, when you recap and look back at this inning, it's 4 singles, but I mean, not a single one has been extremely hard hit. Andrews, his job as a smaller lefty is to locate, pinpoint, use the fastball, try to get weak contact, and it's honestly exactly what he's done. Chef's opposite field single was pretty well struck. Salmon's single as well pulled, but he sat on a off-speed pitch, kind of just drove it where he needed to. Nothing special in terms of the exit velo. Drew Berrigan got jammed, but was able to muscle it up the middle to drive in 2. And Aiden Garcia, outside fastball, just throws the hands at it and flicks it the other way. Rebels showcasing a great approach. Not doing too much as Burns, hard grounder up the middle, it's into center field. Rounding third is Berrigan. He'll score without a throw. Burns caught in no man's land, but nobody's covering first base. So Burns able to retreat safely. It's 12-4. Drew Berrigan scores. Burns with his 2nd RBI single in 2 innings. RBI single in the 7th, RBI single in the 8th. Brings up the 9th batter of the inning, Johnny Rodriguez, with still just 1 gone. Meeting on the mound here. Looking at Andrews, he might have gotten clipped on that ground ball up the middle. He did a pretty standard throw the glove at it behind the back, trying to make a defensive play. Couldn't tell if the ball nicked him or not, but it's head coach Sean Wegner, and it's Tori Gallardi, the athletic trainer for Milwaukee, out on the mound. Not sure who the injury would be. You always hate to speculate, but both trainer and head coach retreat to the dugout. So everybody seems to be all right. Don't call it a mound visit. Alberto Ruiz signaling that was for medical reasons, making sure everybody's okay. And Tyler Andrews still out there. Runners on the corners. Garcia at third. Burns at first. It's Johnny Rodriguez. Big cut and a miss on the elevated fastball to Johnny. Rodriguez is 1 for 4. Hit a single back in the 4th. Fly out, a ground out, and a pop out. 0-1 on the way from his fellow lefty Andrews. Fastball low in the dirt. This was a game, folks, that, call it 30 minutes ago, was tied up 4-4, and it's now 12-4 UNLV, getting a bit out of hand for the Milwaukee bullpen. And If Nin were to score from first, oh, what a attempt by the second baseman. Slides, gets by him. Garcia scores, and Burns is all the way over to third. RBI smoke of a single for Johnny Rodriguez. It's 13-4, and what I was in the midst of saying is Nin Burns is that Mercy Rule walk-off home run now, standing at third base. Just like that, there's only one out. It's the 10th man in this inning, Cooper Sheff. He led things off with a first pitch single, and he's got a chance to walk this thing off. It's a deep fly ball out to center field. It's caught in center. Burns will score, and that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a walk-off sacrifice fly in Mercy Rule fashion for Cooper Sheff. 14-4 is the final here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Heck of a late inning surge on the offensive side of things for UNLV. My goodness. 3 in the 7th, 6 in the 8th to break a 4-4 tie. 7 in the 8th, pardon me. 10 runs in the late frame for UNLV. Ryan Martone is going to be the winning pitcher. He moves to 2-3. Mason Weckler, the loss. He's now 0-5. Tough sledding for the Milwaukee pitching staff out of the bullpen after 5 solid innings from Gavin Tice, but the Hustlin' Rebels proved to be better in the late frames. Fantastic stuff in the late half of this game from UNLV. My goodness, did they pile on in inning number 8. 10 men came to bat in the 8th, including Cooper Sheff twice. Only 2 outs were recorded as UNLV walks it off in Mercy Rule fashion. 14-4 the final here. 14 runs for UNLV on 13 hits. 2 errors, 5 left for Milwaukee. 4 runs, just 4 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on. We played tonight's game at Earl E. Wilson in front of 800 fans on the nose and played this game in 2 hours and 53 minutes. Ryan Martone, a special job out of the bullpen. Parker Dilloff, spectacular. Doesn't get credit for a win tonight, but man, was he deserving. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, just 1 earned run. 4 walks and 11 strikeouts for Parker, just 1 shy of tying his career high, in which he got 12 Ks against the Spartans of San Jose State earlier this year. UNLV really piling on, showcasing their offensive acumen, doing what they do best and earning their way on base, whether it be the walk, whether it be bloop singles, doing what they needed to do to make things happen in the late stages. 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, the catalyst for this Mercy Rule Friday night victory for UNLV. Hustlin' Rebels move to 25-20 with the win. Milwaukee, saddled with the loss, are now 15-28 overall this year. Excellent way to start things off for the Hustlin' Rebels in a 3-gamer against the Panthers of Milwaukee. Hope you'll join us tomorrow, 6:05, the scheduled start. The scheduled starting pitchers, Eric Enke for Milwaukee, and a very familiar face and name for UNLV fans, Carson Lane, looking to get things going tomorrow night. Very exciting one here tonight. UNLV doing what they needed to do. A bit dicey in the early going, but some excellent pitching as well as an offensive onslaught in the late stages. Once again, the final from Earl E. Wilson, UNLV 14-4. I've been Drew Neverett for Sports Information Director Michael Palmer and the rest of our lovely staff here in the press box at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Thanks so much for joining me. We hope you tune in tomorrow for Game 2 of this 3-game set between Milwaukee and UNLV. One more time, your final here on Friday night. UNLV takes down Milwaukee 14-4.